Welcome to the Six Fix Podcast. I'm Digit Murphy. I am here at the Bubble in Lake Placid, New York, Season 6, Toronto Six first inaugural year playing hockey. I'm here with rookie forward, Natalie Marcuzzi. Natalie, welcome to the Six Fix. How you doing today?
Thank you. I'm doing great. How are you?
You know, I'm always pumped because we play fun, fast, and furious, and we're always having fun. It's what it's all about there, Kuz.
Exactly. I buy into that one.
Yeah, she does. So one of the great things about Kuzi is she does buy into the T6 philosophy of education, inclusion, and empowerment. And we'll talk a little bit about when I recruited her, how this all happened. We'll do it from her perspective, though. So Kuzi, how'd you get to be part of the T6?
I guess I'll take you back to me studying for my exams in 2020, ready to graduate,
Right.
virtually, obviously. And Digit called me on my 22nd birthday.
That's right.
And I just got
Happy
a call
birthday.
from who? I was like, who is this? It's Digit Murphy. Okay.
Who is that? Who's the crazy lady?
Who are you? And then we got chatting, and she had a similar vision as I had for the game. And I never really thought about playing after, like, seriously, because I'd always, thought it's a career after my 4 years in college, and that's kind of what you could do with hockey as a female. But there is definitely bigger picture, and I was missing it, so I was pretty excited that you called that day.
Yep.
And I believed in the mission, and ever since I've been trying to drive that same mission.
We'll talk a little bit about what you believe in the mission, and how kind of your career and everything has kind of started to formulate even a bigger mission for you with your employer.
RBC, yeah.
RBC.
So I think, like, women's empowerment is huge in this, and I mean, that's the foundation here. And in, I guess, in more detail, it's women in sports, because I don't think women get the same opportunities as men, and I think that we deserve those opportunities because we're just as passionate. We train just as hard. We train maybe even sometimes harder in the sense, because we have to do two things at once.
Exactly.
And like, the game is growing so much, the talent is there. So so I just believed in that mission.
Yep.
And it's similar in finance. I found that, like, the two women in sports and women in finance parallel each other.
Yeah,
so interestingly, because basically, like, women in finance, typically, male dominated field.
Yep.
We had to rise, we had to overcome barriers and bind together and approach the situation and continue to get exposure. So basically echoing the mission of women moving forward in sports, women moving forward in finance, and I think it's pretty awesome to be a part of it all. And I mean, my employer is awesome.
Yeah.
RBC is pretty
RBC.
awesome.
So when we started to talk, I don't remember, did you have the job already, or were you still interviewing at the time?
I had the job.
Okay. So one of the things, honestly, that attracted me so much to having Marcuzzi on the team was she works in finance. She's in investment banking. RBC is like a badass company in Canada. They're all about women's empowerment and inclusion. And I was like tickled to death that I had the conversation with Natalie, and I'm like, we got to get this kid. And it's more about, she's a great hockey player, but she's a great person. And that's where I think a lot of teams, right, they're all about just the hockey, right? Yeah. And I think that one of the things we think about with the T6 is, how do the pieces of the family fit together? How do the people that work together know their roles? How do you buy into the mission? It works for us. And Natalie's one of those players. Speak to kind of that philosophy and how it's allowed us to gel.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, like, orienting people to achieve the same mission in the same direction. I think, like, that's what a team is all about. And, like, that's what we did with the T6. Like, think about this. We are an inaugural season bringing together a whole bunch of players from different backgrounds, different experiences, some are teachers, some are in sales, some are in accounting, some are in finance, some are in literally
none. Some are not doing anything.
Coaches, every possible walk of life,
Yeah.
making their impact, and bringing those people together to achieve one mission and the same mission. I think that's
so fun.
powerful. Like, and then like coming into this tournament and continuously like reorienting and growing with each game. I've been impressed with our team myself.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously I've been a part of it, but I've just been impressed how we can continue to just like gain momentum off of each learning experience.
1,000%.
We didn't even get practice time.
I know. We were practicing like 10 people on one side, 10 on the other.
I know.
Curtain in the middle.
I can guarantee you none of these teams here had to deal with that.
Oh, God, no. Practicing outside.
Exactly.
Remember that? We're weightlifting outside.
We were working out in November in Canada's cold, right outside the rink. Like, what pro team has to deal with that?
Nope. And that's part of the learning, right? It's part of the adversity, and I think that's what brings us together. So, a couple of final questions. What does it mean to you to be on NBC, in the bubble, in the finals, #1 seed? Like, what does it mean to you?
It's huge. Like, all those things, like that made me so happy. Like, to hear all those things together. Yeah, it's huge for this team. It's also huge for this sport, though. Like, if you zoom out, which I've been doing in my room for the past week and a half, there's only things you can zoom out on.
Exactly.
Going insane. But yeah, no, I think like it's huge for this sport. NBC is a huge platform. Obviously, like they're gonna feature some of the best talent in women's hockey.
Yep.
And like I'm proud to represent that, and I'm proud that the Six will be there to represent that. So it's awesome. It's pretty cool. You never thought you'd say that 20 years ago, right?
Never. Oh, God, never.
So here we are.
I was hoping 20 years ago we could do it because I feel like I've been around since, the beginning of time. I feel like I'm old as dirt, right? But, to see, for our listeners, thank you. For these listeners, though, and viewers out there, from my perspective, to be able to have these young players have the opportunity to play on national television in front of just thousands of millions of viewers is a dream come true. And what we're looking forward to, and probably by the time you see this, you're already going to have known the result. But know right now in the semifinals going in, #1 seed, that the T6 will not disappoint you, and the chips will fall where they lie. But we will come out, be fun, fast, furious, and we'll light the whole world on fire, and we will have the biggest dance party yet. So,
you bet.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Let's do the elbow bump. I'm Digit Murphy for Natalie Marcuzzi, Six Fix Podcast from Lake Placid, New York. See you next time.